friends, welcome back to my channel, and today it's one of those rare days you get to see my face. Now I'm standing along here alongside the Belizean coastline, which is in my background, and I just thought it was such a beautiful day that I wanted to introduce some parts of my country to you. So now let's get back to our regular scheduled program. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be doing a review. So before I get started, of course, I have to give out my disclaimers. I do not live in the city of Belize, and I do live on the outskirts. And because I live in the outskirts of Belize, I have a lot of wildlife where I live, particularly birds. So you will always hear birds calling, chirping, crying in my background. They're all around us, and where I live, I basically is one with nature. Secondly, where I also live, not only being one with nature, I'm near the major highway, so you will hear the motor vehicles as they passes. Thirdly, I have dogs, 2 of them, and right now they should be asleep, but if anyone disturbs their rest, you will hear them bark. I am sorry, but I'll try as much as possible to keep these noise to a minimum. So today I will be reviewing the Daniel Smith watercolor paints. Now this is the 6 essential watercolor paints from Daniel Smith. And Daniel Smith doesn't necessarily sell a lot of paints in sets, but they do have an essential set, which is this one. Then they have a basic set. They also have a set made from natural minerals, and they have a 10 set. They also have a half pan set that they recently bring out. Now the reason that I have chosen these 6 essential set is because rarely and truly Daniel Smith is not necessarily a brand of paint I really want to invest in, and this is very cost effective. It's within a good price range for me. And I have a lot of other watercolor sets I want to get through before investing in more watercolors. And that's why I just kept myself to the 6 essential sets, in which it provides me with the three primer colors in 2 temperatures. Now these 3 primary colors, as we all know, is yellow, red, and blue. But they provide it in 2 temperatures, both a warm temperature and a cool temperature. So for warm temperatures, we have Hansa Yellow Light, Pyrrole Scarlet, it goes there. I said for warm, right? I always get them confused. And we have Phthalo Blue Green shade. And these are our warm temperatures. And for our cool temperatures, we have New Gamboge, Quinacridone Rose, and French Ultramarine. And with these 6 colors, we should be able to make every single color in the rainbow. Now this is my swatch and color mixing chart, and these are the swatch outs with the black line in front of it. The black line through it, so I could test for opacity. And then I have color mixing under, and this I believe is the French Ultramarine, because I went from cool to warm. So we have the French Ultramarine here, we have the New Gamboge, I love saying that word, Gamboge, Quinacridone Rose, this is the Phthalo Blue Green shade, this is the Hansa Yellow Light, and this is the Pyrrole Scarlet. And these are the color mixes it can provide us. Now, depending on how many degrees, now these are supposed to be a 50 to 50 mix with these colors, but depending on the amount of color, you should be able to get variations of blues, yellows, and reds with this 6 essential sets. I also test the gradation, the layering, the lifting, and the movement with these colors. But because this particular watercolor paper absorbed very quickly, it was very difficult to do a lot of lifting, because it basically, from the time you put the paint on the paper, it's absorbed. So it was very difficult, but there was some lifting done here, there was some layering done, gradation was possible if I worked quickly enough, and as you can see, the color did move. A little bit more information about Daniel Smith is that At last count, when I did research, Daniel Smith is an American brand that makes over 240 different colors and shades. Okay, but I know that they have recently brought out a new set of gray tones, so I am not certain if the gray tones are added in that 240 or it increased. They're also a professional brand of paint. Now, these are not the student grade stuff that I am used to. These are actually artist grade quality, and because they're artist grade quality, they have excellent light fastness and they're true to pigment. The Hansa Yellow Light is made from PY3. The New Gamboge, again, I love saying that word, is made from PY. It's a double pigment color, which is made from PY97 and PY110. The Quinacridone Rose is made from PV19, while the Pyrrole Scarlet is PR255. Phthalo Blue Green shade is made from PB15:3. And French Ultramarine is a PB29. Now these tubes are 5 ml, but Daniel Smith does have a 15 ml tube in presentation that you can get on Amazon. So as it stands, these are my tube watercolors. I have my Winsor and Newton that I bought from AliExpress. And these are not necessarily student grade quality. They are the Chinese brand. But a lot of artists have said, and I've did a lot of YouTube watches regarding this brand of paint, and they said it's more an artist grade quality. These are the Marie's watercolor set that I have, but these are student grade qualities, also the Stylex and the Daniel Smith. So like I said, I'm really not trying to bulk up on all these tube watercolors because I really want to get through using these first. Now I'm going to see how these colors here, which are supposed to be student grade quality, hold up to the very first professional grade quality tube watercolor that I have. Let's see how it goes. As you can see, I'm all finished. I did make 2 bloopers when I began this color comparison. My first blooper that I made is that I forgot to erase the pencil lining, and it was when I already finished painting this flower. Then I remembered, oh shoot, I forgot to erase the pencil lining, so I had to hurry and erase it. And then I forgot my art bag in my bedroom, so I didn't have my erasers with me, but I did have this olive eraser that sometimes I would use. But besides that, we're not looking at pencil lining. We are looking at how the colors compare with the other 3 brands of tube watercolors that I have, and this is what I can say. Over here is the Daniel Smith tube watercolor, and these are straight from tube. As you can see, it is very, very, very bright. It almost outshined the Winsor Newton that is here, and it definitely outshined the Stylex, and it also outshined the Marie's. I didn't do much color mixing for these comparisons. I think the only color mixing I did was for the greens, because this particular type of drawing did have some greens and different variation of greens. So you were able to see those with the Daniel Smith. And what can I say? It's very bright. It does do beautiful layering, and I can see myself enjoy using these paints. You do, however, need a very, very minimal amount, because this is straight from tube, and you can still see there's a lot of paint still left on this. Even though I used the smallest amount that came out of the tubes, I still have a lot of paint left over. and I might have to discard it because I don't think I'll be using that anymore. But it is gorgeous. One of the things I should say that I did with these paints is, like the Winsor and Newton, which I placed in a metal tin, I did the same with the Stylex, which is here. Now this is not a metal tin, this is a watercolor. It's a cheap kids grade watercolor paint that I found at my local stationery store here in Belize. I bought it, I took out the watercolor cakes that was in it, and I put the Stylex in it. And this is the Maries. This is another set that I do enjoy practicing with, especially when it comes to watercoloring. I love using this Maries, and this is another, it's holding another watercolor cake, kids brand watercolor cake that I found at my local stationery store here in Belize. I just took out the watercolor cakes and put in the Maries. And I also put the Daniel Smith in this little metal tin here. And there's something significant about this metal tin, because I got this metal tin from my stepmom and she gave it to me, and so I put my Daniel Smith in here because it's only 6 watercolors that I have and I would like to travel with it. So, and again, just like what I did with the other metal tins, I put magnets to the bottom, sorry, of my half pans. I put the paints in, let dry. I do have my little swatch reference here, and this too has magnets to the bottom, so I could easily snap them in, and I could use this area for mixes if I so chooses. And this is how I keep my Daniel Smith. Very cute. Well, and that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this journey. I do have to give a big thanks for all those people who subscribe to me. Last checked, I have 89 subscribers. Thank you so much. And there is a giveaway still on. It will end the end of this month. So if you want to be a part of that, all you have to do is subscribe. You don't have to do any jump through any hoops, ring any bells, nothing. Just subscribe and you'll be automatically entered into the giveaway. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.